Today on the channel, 1-2 barbecue once again with the Mad Marauders BBQ GI Joe Classified Series.
The spirit of the warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another GI Joe Classified Series unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got the Mad Marauders 1-2 barbecue. But for all your GI Joe Classified Series needs, make sure you're hitting up DJC Collectibles. Use discount code 8OFFDJC to save 8%. That's exactly what I did, as I picked him up from DJC Collectibles, as he is shipping them right now. So if you need your GI Joe fix, that is the place to go. But barbecue, no stranger to G.I. Joe, no stranger to the Classified Series, as his prior commitment, or his prior figure more like it, was of course part of the famed Cobra Island Target exclusive waves. That barbecue figure, more of a traditional aspect of barbecue. But now we're journeying over to the old Mad Marauders, or back in my day when I was a kid, it was called Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders. So apparently there's some kind of legal issues or something going on there, as now we are the Mad Marauders. I guess it works. It gets the point across. We understand what's going on. But just a little bit strange here. And it's interesting we're getting barbecue once again, as this is pretty much a direct repaint from what I've seen on the packaging here. I guess we'll get them out of the package here. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We'll do some comparisons, of course, with that other barbecue later on in this video. But let's take a look at old barbecue. And as the great Vinnie Paul and Dimebag Darrell used to say, 1-2 barbecue, as I always think of when I hear barbecue now. I got G.I. Joe logo down below. Big artwork, of course, plastic free, as we do know at this point. But very cool artwork on the front there. Mad Marauders going on. It'll be interesting who else they put in the Mad Marauders. Will Low Light be in there? Will we get Footloose one day? I guess that's the great thing for Hasbro here, is we got a lot of G.I. Joes over the years, and then they got repaints in different groups, different factions. So I guess all these years later, Hasbro's going to be printing some money with a lot of repaints. So I would expect more Mad Marauders in the future. I always did love the Mad Marauders look. As a kid, I did not get to collect these, unfortunately, but my best friend also bought G.I. Joes. He had all of Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders, all of those. And guess what? He was about 12 years old. He said, you know what? I'm too big to be playing with these G.I. Joes. I'm getting rid of them. I don't want them anymore. And I said, guess what? I'm not too big to be playing with these G.I. Joes, and I will take every single one of those. And he did give me his whole Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders, easy for me to say. He gave me the entire set of those. So they came into my G.I. Joe faction. Always did love them. Love the different colors on them. So very cool. So when I think of this barbecue, though, I always think of that because, unfortunately, when I got those, I got them for free. Can't complain too much, really. But the thumbs on barbecue were broke off. Both figures' thumbs drove me absolutely insane. Just insanity right there. But I was happy to have him in the collection and the rest of the boys. Hopefully, in the next couple of years, we can get the whole Mad Marauders team, and we'll be back in action. Can we get a repainted Sergeant Slaughter? We'll see what happens. It looks like he is number 82. 82. Kyle can't read. 58. He is number 58 on the side of the package. And then we got barbecue over there. So a little special memories with this old barbecue figure back in the day. And then there's that old jibber jabber on the bottom. A little tail of the tape kind of thing. Here's what you're getting in the package. Unfortunately, still no file card. Still no explanation. Hasbro, what are we doing? What are we doing? And it is, of course, Gabriel Barbecue Kelly. So get his full name on here, I guess, which is great for those keeping track at home. Pull all this out, nothing else in there. See you later. Goodbye. We do get the little case here, the number 58 case, like we see. I always do appreciate these, and I think it's really cool if you get a bunch of these, you stack them up. You can use these as little diorama pieces and things like that. That does work for me. I don't know about you guys, but it's better than just regular cardboard, I guess. But I would still prefer the plastic to come back, and I think most of us are in that same camp right there. We do get all the accessories in here. We'll pull those out. The old parchment paper prison, I guess we always call it. There it is. Bam! See you later. Goodbye. And then we got old barbecue. Old Gabriel himself locked up right here. We're going to cut him out. They got the rope twist ties. Just really loving the environment here is what we're doing. We're loving that environment. How about the environment? Don't we all love the environment? Yeah, sure. We all do. We all do. See you later. Cardboard, get out of here. Pieces off to the side. See you later. See you later. And we are down to barbecue. Let's see what we got here. First thing I'm going to say here, and I think I said it probably in the last barbecue as well, We don't get a lot of extra heads with G.I. Joes. We don't get a lot of extra hands. I understand that. But a character like Barbecue here, I would have loved to have a second head of him without his helmet on. Especially in this go-around here with Barbecue. We got the first one okay. There's no unmasked head, whatever. This one, that would really get some people to jump over. I'm just putting the old business hat on. If I'm Hasbro, how can we get people to buy this second version of Barbecue? Well, the first one was a store exclusive. That might help. This one's not a store exclusive. That might help sales. That might. But there's a lot of people that maybe don't want the Marauders version of Barbecue. So I understand that. But if they did put a regular head in this pack here, it might convince people that are on the fence, well, I'm going to buy it just for that head so I can put it on my other Barbecue. How cool would it be to have this figure with a regular human unmasked head holding the helmet on the side? I think that would be a really cool look for this and a huge missed opportunity for Hasbro on this figure. I got to say that all day long, that is for sure. But let's look at these different accessories here. We get the 2 axes. Of course, a fireman loves a good axe. Lumberjacks and firemen, they're the 2 favorite axe people in the world. And then I guess axe throwers in the axe thrower leagues and stuff. Which, who knew? I went to a work trip. We had a little meeting, dinner type thing at one of those axe throwing places. Never thrown an axe in my whole life, but for whatever reason, I don't know if it's my old baseball days or what, I am dead eye on the axe throwing. I hit the center circle every single time. I think I threw 14 times and I hit the center 14 different times. So I somewhere along the way missed a profession in axe throwing, but I think axe throwers, lumberjacks, and firemen, they're your number. There's like 90% of axe users out there. But very cool. You get the big old axe right here, the black with the silver, looking really, really nice, like this one. And then you get the smaller one here. I love the knuckle duster on the front. Always love a knuckle duster. As you can take that and use that to punch somebody in the face with, then chop their head off if you need to. So very, very cool there. Then you get kind of the plunger. I don't know what this, I guess this would be not necessarily a gun. This would be a fire extinguisher is what this is. Probably a high-powered fire extinguisher for a gun. Same thing we saw with the last version of Barbecue. Plugs right into the side, of course. It is cool. It does work. You got the nice blue tanks going on. But I would like a regular firearm, a regular pistol of some kind with Barbecue. I don't know, just feel like he needs at least something for some protection. Yeah, you can put the fires out, but what if things get really hairy? What if things get really crazy? Give him a little side piece, a little something. But then we get Barbecue here, and I don't have a lot of problems with this figure. I love the look of this Barbecue. I love how the interpretation from the old design into this looks this way. I love the blue. I love the brown. I love the green colors. Brings me back, like I said, to Slaughter's Marauders back way back when. I just always love that. I still love it here today, and I can't wait till we get, 4 or 5 members. Hopefully we do. Hopefully this just isn't a guy on his own on a shelf one day. But I would love to see a team completed around him. It'd be a really cool sub-team. And I look forward to the day where here's my Tiger Force shelf. Here's my Slaughter's Marauders shelf. Here's my Dreadnought shelf. Here's my Python Patrol shelf. You guys get the mix there. I think that'll be really cool. Where's Ninja Force? Get them their own shelf. They'd be on the bottom shelf for me, but that's just me. We'll see what happens in the future here with this sub-line here of the Slaughter's Marauders. Because as of right now, I don't think they've announced anybody else. But I know we have Low Light coming. I could see that as an easy repaint in the future as well. But we'll see. But I did talk about the color scheme here. Looking really cool, looking really classy. Really do love it. It's a weird color combination you would never think would really work. But man, it does. The blue and the green against each other and the black and the silver looks really, really awesome. I'm a big, big fan of that. But let's walk through the articulation on old Barbecue here. Of course, got the big helmeted head, side to side, back and forth. The usual articulation. No really limits in the articulation of any kind. You get the big old vest going on covering it. You do have the ab crunch back behind that, but you don't really get to use it with the vest. Vest is not removable for those keeping track at home. Arms go all the way around. Bicep cut. Double jointed elbows, but of course we got the pins in there. Can't say the pinless. Wish it was. Hands back and forth, side to side. You got an up-down hinge on that right there. Looking good. Get the waist articulation. You can do those big old splits, and of course we do got the drop-down hips, and everybody loves those drop-down hips. You can do a big kick to the front if need be. You do get the thigh cut. I love that the thigh cut is hidden around these holsters here. I love how they hide that articulation. Looks really good. Double jointed knees, once again, not pinless. You do get the boot cut, and then you get ankle rockers and ankle back and forth, up and down. So your usual G.I. Joe Classified Series articulation. Talked about the vests over here, the side holsters. Put his axe in here. You can put the, I guess it's not a gun, the fire extinguisher handle in there. And of course the backpack plugs into the back. Very G.I. Joe style, something we're very used to here. But at the end of the day, it's just a simple repaint, getting the most out of your molds, getting the most money you possibly can by Hasbro. This isn't going to be for everybody. I think everybody that wanted the red barbecue probably had a chance at it. So definitely this isn't going to sell in the same capacity, because I think most people, when they close their eyes at night and they think of barbecue, like most of us do, they're thinking of a good steak or maybe a nice pulled pork, something like that, or they're thinking the G.I. Joe, but they're not probably thinking this first off as far as barbecues go. At least that's my guess. You guys tell me in the comments down below. Does he fit on a Ringside Collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% at Ringside Collectibles. And what do you know? He fits perfectly on the Mattel stand right there. Fitting good. As I always say, spend your money on your figures, not your stands. Cheapest stands, best stands in the game, if you ask me. I do have that other barbecue right here. This is the OG, the one I think most people are a pretty big fan of here, is that barbecue. And for all intents and purposes, like I said, the exact same thing. I'm looking at it. Sculpt is the same. Holsters are the same. Vest is the same. Head is the same. It is just a simple repaint at the end of the day. It almost makes me feel like a Stormtrooper. You guys know how the Star Wars does it with Stormtroopers. They do just a little bit of changes of colors. Maybe it's a battle-damaged one. Maybe that's what they're doing here with barbecue. Barbecue, not quite an army builder, unless you want to build a fire squad, I guess. You could, I guess. But I do have some other comparisons here. How about this one? I saw this as I was walking over that way. Yeah, over that way. I saw this hanging on the wall. There's the old Slaughter Marauder from the G.I. Joe 25th Anniversary Collection. This would be the G.I. Joe Club exclusives. I always loved the old G.I. Joe exclusive figures. I would love to do video series and talk about all these. I have pretty much every single one. There's a couple of key ones I'm missing. I don't know at this point if I'll ever complete the collection. But I got pretty much every modern release, every fan club release. I'm just missing some of the convention stuff. But I would love to go through these, deep dive these. I don't know, something like a Classic Superstars video. I just don't know if there'd be a lot of interest in that point in time, I guess, on these. But do love these. Love those 2000 goodness of the G.I. Joe 3 3/4. And then, of course, you got to compare them size-wise to the true leader of G.I. Joe. I don't care what you say. It is Flint right here, looking really good next to Barbecue. So barbecue, some hits, some misses here, kind of in the middle for me. I do have a little nostalgia for the Slaughter Marauders back in the day, so I might like this more than the old Average Joe, no pun intended. But I can see some people saying hard pass, easy pass, red barbecue is the barbecue for me. And I can't really argue that logic either for you. So, makes sense. But you guys sound off in the comments which barbecue is your barbecue. And, of course, you made it this far. You might as well thumbs up the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell. As you guys know, we got videos every single day with a whole lot more G.I. Joe unboxings to come, so you don't want to miss those. That's for sure. But you can get early access to videos like this, bonus content, exclusive content, Q&As, giveaways, you name it, all over there on the old Patreon channel. Your best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel over ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget about social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for barbecue, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.